At the end of every term, students are assigned grades. Grades are super important in our future. They affect our GPA, types of jobs we can get, and even scholarships. So, grades come in report cards. Well, they used to. It's a way to represent grades. This is a report card of a student in dual enrollment taking college classes. All Fs. You know why a student gets all Fs? Because they are taking accelerated courses. These courses are at fast speed. Because they are faster, because they are not at a standard or full semester pace and going at this accelerated pace level, students are stressing out. Students are not learning to learn. Their time management is not well. And my final reason that accelerated classes are bad for us is that the workload is insane. They're giving us so many classes, or the classes that we have give us so much work in little time. Our time is not there. We need better time management and better work. So I want to talk today about why dual enrollment classes should be going at a standard pace, or a standard semester, or full semester pace, rather than a accelerated pace. So, one of the most important reasons is how stressful this is. Dual enrollment is one of the most stressful things, just in the sense of you are taking college classes while in high school. But now you put that as you're taking college classes in half the time at high school with all your high school responsibilities. According to Renata Mazzella, sorry for the butcher, who is writing for Grown and Flown, dual enrollment classes do increase stress. And the stress makes high school less enjoyable. How does it make high school less enjoyable? Because they're missing out on opportunities. We're not having fun. We're not giving all the opportunities that we should be living. Sports are not as much as a priority as our grades anymore. We're not able to go out and do extra practices or go work on ourselves, go lifting as much as we want to. We're also not able to go watch sports games, support our school, and support our friends. We also are given a lot of information in a small time period. So an 8-week class ends up being, or the 16-week class ends up being 8 weeks for us. So like as Kataz, who is a mom of a student in dual enrollment classes, she writes for the Washington Post that her son's homework was starting to pile up because of the amount of work we're given. She noticed that her son was always at home. He spent every night filling in charts and doing reading required for the class. Most of his homework was all new information. They didn't have time to go over it in class because they have to rush everything. Everything has to be rushed. So he would have to learn all this new information every night just for his dual enrollment class, rather than playing video games, spending time with friends, supporting his school activities, just hanging out with people. Now, dual enrollment takes away electives from students too. As I was talking about earlier, not only does it crunch time and you're losing opportunities, but from a list of staff writers from the accredited school online, they state that students' athletes' eligibility is affected because of this. Students lose time, or students can't play if they get a bad grade, but they're getting a bad grade because they don't have time, because they do not have enough time in the course. They need these 16 weeks to be able to do these classes. They can't do the classes in 8 weeks like we are supposed to. We are all struggling and we are stressing, and it is causing us to get Fs on our classes. Now, another thing about dual enrollment, why do we need these classes? Our teachers, our college teachers are having to teach us these classes in 8 weeks. 8 weeks is a lot shorter than 16 weeks. those extra 8 weeks could allow us to learn a lot more. Like in our class, we can learn a lot more about citations and correct ways to do outlines and more practice with our speeches, and we'll get better feedback. But because it's all pushed in together, our teacher is having to do this work in a much closed in time space. We're not giving more time to do what we need, and teachers aren't giving enough time to be able to help us the way we should be getting help, and instead are having to rush through grading and go through class lessons faster and not being able to teach us everything. And with us having to go through these faster pacing and faster classes, we also are not learning as much as we should, but instead trying to remember information for a little bit of time for when it's needed and then move on from it and learn more. We're not gaining information. So what I propose is a petition to change our course pacing. We need standard or full semester terms. So by my audience, by my peers reviewing this speech, they can sign the petition. I'll have a link in my comments. I was trying to show the petition, but my Chromebook wouldn't load. So that's what we need. We need faster pacing. And now, why do we want faster pacing? What's satisfying about it? What's the worth of it? It's because it will allow class to be stress-free. No more stressing about bad grades. Instead, you get more time to enjoy high school. And your workload is not reading every night and doing all this extra work every night. Instead, it's about living your life, being a high school student. That's why we want these. And not only is it helpful to us students and the teachers, but college classes are meant to be full semester or standard semester pacing. If we're taking college classes at our age in our group and we feel like we're responsible enough, we should be taking them how they're meant to be taken. We should not be taking them at this accelerated pace. Sorry. Students may say that the accelerated classes, so now, I'm skipping ahead here, but I forgot to say that this is the rebuttal. Why would we want to go back to standard paces? People like accelerated, but students realize, my peers and I have realized how much we are struggling, how much we are going through and messing our lives up, and how many F's we are getting. We need to do better. So, they might say, if we don't have these extra 2 terms for a class that we're taking currently in a semester, we can take electives. But are taking an extra gym class worth the stress? I think not. I believe a lot of people would rather have less stressful classes, be able to learn the topic, and be able to gain information and be better as a person with longer terms. That is what I believe. So visualize this with me. If the change is made, students will not be stressing out constantly, and our workload would not be so much piled up on us. We would have time to complete our work and learn. And with the more time in class, we'll be able to spend time with our friends. But think about this. If we are not to change and we stay the same, we will continue in stress. We will continue of having an insane amount of work, not being able to spend time with friends. People will end up leaving the program. People will end up failing out of the program. Students will be losing opportunities on sports or working a job to make money to save up for the future or hanging out with friends. Students also will continue to rush the topics and not understand as well as we should be able to. So, sign the petition. That is my action here today, to sign the petition. I want everyone that's watching this speech to sign up at change.org and sign the petition. We've already got a couple of signatures already from students that agree with me. So I intend on making this petition for everyone, or I intend on sending this petition to you guys, letting you guys sign up, so that everyone will allow this change to happen. Overall, this course is not working. Accelerated courses is not working for us. The petition will change us. It will decrease our stress levels. Our workload will be better spread out. And we will have more time for ourselves and to understand every topic better. So having dual enrollment classes go a full semester rather than an accelerated course will be less stressful, better workload, and better time management. Accelerated classes are our downfall. Now, I want to say I am a credible source to talk about this, as I am a student in dual enrollment. And that's why I'm so credible, because I'm living through the stress, and I'm living through the damaging of getting Fs. And it's not worth it. Kate Has also states that she hates seeing her son like this. This is me paraphrasing, but like she regrets that her son took these AP courses, and she wished she didn't. Don't let us go through the same thing he did. And sign the petition.